Okay. So today is the winter solstice for those of us in the northern hemisphere, which we all are here. Um, and so this might already mean something to you. If it doesn't mean anything to you, maybe it will after we sit with it for a while today. This is the shortest day of the year. So the least amount of daylight hours and the longest amount of night, right? So the most darkness that you're going to experience. Yep, yep. So that's the reality of what you're experiencing. For those of us in Costa Rica, not too much of a difference. But the energetics are still there. In traditional Chinese medicine, this is the peak of yin energy. So, what is yin energy, right? We have yin and yang, or yin and yang. And yin is lunar, it is slow, it is contemplative, it is inward, it is feminine, it is conceptual, creative, right? So, this is a time to keep the gaze inward and to be self-reflective, right? This is not the time to start a brand new project. This is not the time to be um, setting a bunch of goals and like really trying to go very active with your life, right? It's time to move slowly. And many of us know, most of us here have been doing some form of meditation or breath work, at least for a few months now, if not longer. And we know that stillness can be very difficult. Stillness, quiet, calm can feel highly uncomfortable. We live in a modern world that is manic by design. So, taking time to work with yin energy can be extremely challenging. So rather than making the to-do list and trying to rush through the next thing, we're asking ourselves to work with this energy and to pause, to not make the to-do list, right? Don't take action right now, yet sit with all that has happened, right? Yin is lunar, and then yang is active. Yin is wisdom. So wisdom on its own can tend towards stagnation, right? Who cares if you know everything in the world if you just sit in a room by yourself thinking about how you know everything in the world? It doesn't really serve any purpose. Being active without wisdom is just chaos, right? You're just going around and you're just creating things and you're building things and you're hammering and but there's no wisdom behind it. So wisdom without action is stagnant, and action without wisdom is chaos. So we want to find a way to blend those two. For the purpose of today, we're just going to sit with our wisdom. So we're going to use this time of darkness, of stillness, of self-reflection, and we're going to ask ourselves, what have we learned? Right? And we're not quite at the new year yet. And there's also people who say that, the new year isn't really on December 31st and January 1st. But we're coming up on the end of the calendar year. We're not quite there, but we're getting close. And so taking the time to ask ourselves what we have learned through this year, through the experiences we've gone through. So getting nice and comfortable. So if that's sitting up nice and tall, or if that's lying down, reclining, finding a way where you can soften your shoulders. Maybe you're able to close the eyes. Let's just take a moment here and get settled into our physical space. Maybe you start to take some deeper breaths. So drawing the air in through the nose. Maybe you even sigh it out the mouth. Relax your shoulders, relax your eyebrows, relax the palms of your hands. Let's just start to check in with ourselves, how we're feeling right now, how we've maybe been feeling these days of winter arriving. If you felt that shift that's asking you to be more still, maybe more sedentary than you are comfortable with. I've definitely felt it. I always am so excited to have nothing to do. And then when I have nothing to do, I don't know what to do with myself. And I get very uncomfortable with nothing to do. So let's take a few moments here and start to reflect. Start to reflect on what you might have experienced this year, what you might have learned. What changes have taken place in your life, whether it's a change that you initiated on your own inspiration or a change that happened and you had to adjust and pivot. So, what is different about you this year, this December 21st, than last December 21st? And if you find that it's a bit upsetting or uncomfortable to think about this, do your best here to take some deep breaths. If it was a particularly difficult year, that's okay. Those happen. It might be more accessible for you to keep the eyes open as you think about this. That's also okay. So closing the eyes feels a little too raw or vulnerable, and the eyes can stay open. Just moving through everything that's happened. Thinking about some of the more difficult lessons that you might have experienced. You might still be experiencing them, right? Things don't end with a calendar year. So whether you're going through something very difficult right now, give a little bit of space for that experience to be with us. Let's spend some time as well thinking about our victories this year. So ways in which we have grown, which we have changed for the better, ways that we surprised ourselves by doing something that we didn't think we were capable of doing. And take a few deep breaths as you think about these wins, these victories. and they're personal. No one else needs to have seen them. This might be something that was entirely internal for you. So celebrate yourself for a moment. Take some deep breaths, fill your chest up, be proud. All things considered, you are here right now in this moment, making a choice that supports your well-being, supports your mental health, your journey towards self-actualization. Just sitting with that, sitting with the ways that you impress yourself, the ways that you continue to impress yourself. And then let's just take a few moments before we move into the breathing practice to ask ourselves, what is deep within us right now? It's like a secret that you haven't even really told yourself yet. Some part of you that is whispering internally. It might be a new dream for this coming calendar year. It might be a way of showing up in your life. It might be a personal change. Some habit that you want to start or some habit that you want to get rid of. And you don't have to speak this out loud. This is something that you might not have even spoken to yourself yet. So just the faintest internal whisper, something that is inside of you that is asking to be heard in this time of stillness and reflection. Just the hint of a new seed. And we'll start to move into our breathing practice. We'll work with alternate nostril breath. So working to balance the yin and the yang, the lunar and the solar within our own system. Knowing that we're in this time of yin, of lunar. Keeping an internal balance. So I think everyone here now is familiar with it. So you can take your hand or hands towards your face, coming into whatever your preferred mudra is. In this first round here, we're just gonna be very Goldilocks with it, right? Not too fast, not too slow, no retention of breath, just in one nostril, out the other, in one nostril, out the other. So I'll guide it for the first few rounds, and then you'll carry on, just nice, easy, medium pace, not asking too much of ourselves or our systems. And it did start raining here, so as long as it doesn't get crazy, I'll keep I'll keep going where I am, and hopefully you'll hear me okay. So bringing your hand or hands towards your face, sitting up nice and tall. So if you were lying down, coming to seated, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, relaxing from our root. So making sure that we're not clenching or gripping in our roots, our pelvic floor. Relaxing the forehead and the eyebrows. So nice and soft in the body. Let's start here with an exhale to empty all the way out. And then we'll begin. So close right nostril and inhale through left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Carry on with this rhythm. Keep going on your own pace here. Keep going for several more rounds. Take your time. Don't rush. The next time that you exhale out the left nostril, release your hands to your thighs and come into subtle breath. Take a few rounds of breath here. Just noticing if one side was more clogged than the other, how that felt in your system. We'll do another round of alternate nostril breath. This time, we're going to have a short pause, a short hold on the inhale and the exhale. So nothing too long, but we'll inhale a nice full breath, and then we'll hold at the top, Then we'll exhale and we'll hold at the bottom. Okay. So similar to box breath, but we're not going to count. We're just going to add in a moment of stillness. So working now more with the lunar, with the yin, and adding stillness into the practice. Okay. So bringing your hand or your hands back up towards your face. Start with an exhale, empty all the way out. And begin. Close right, inhale through left. Pause for a moment. Exhale through the right. Pause for a moment. Inhale through the right. Pause at the top. Exhale through the left. Pause at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale left. Pause at the top. Exhale right. Pause at the bottom. Inhale right. Pause at the top. Exhale left. So keep going here on your own rhythm. Take your time. Don't rush. The next time that you exhale out the left, you can release the hands and release the practice. Take your time. Don't rush. Come into recovery breath. Notice how that practice is for you. Some people find it very calming. Other people find it incredibly irritating. So anywhere you are on that spectrum is welcome. Taking a moment and sitting with how it registers in your body, your experience. Let's take one more final moment here to honor ourselves. Everything that you went through this last year, every experience that you had, every challenge, every victory, you made it. You're here. You learned something, even if you're not sure what just yet. You are wiser for it. So honoring and acknowledging the wisdom that you have gained through your lived experiences. We'll go ahead and we'll close this practice with one round of Om. So if you'd like to join, you're welcome to join. If you simply want to receive, that's okay as well. So one round of Om to seal the practice. Your hands can stay exactly where they are, or you're welcome to take them into prayer. Palms touching, fingers are close together, and then placing that into the chest, or you can place left hand over heart and right hand over left, your choice. So let's exhale all the way out, empty the lungs, bow the chin towards the chest, bowing towards ourselves, towards the practices, towards the wisdom. And then inhale, fill up, lift the chest, lift the chin. Oh. Thank you, everyone, for being here, for putting in the effort. So nice to see you all, everybody all over the world. For those of us who are staying on for the recalibrate call, you can just stay connected. I'll stop the recording now. For everyone else who's signing off, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Happy solstice. And see you next week, hopefully.